It takes a lot to make Alex Jones blush.
Oh my goodness. Just because you don't like one group doesn't mean the other. Look,
I love Jewish people, but I also love Nazis.
Oh man. Well, I have to disagree with that. Oh my goodness.
And by the way, so
you don't...
also bear in mind here for people who want to, I don't know, it's just free speech. If what he's saying is I love Nazis, as in the sense is I hate them, but they deserve forgiveness. Well, then you can put it into context here. And again, if this is what Ye truly believes, and this is, people out there saying he's finally speaking his mind, letting us know what he truly believes, that's you operate with that and you move on from there. Just play this again.
Don't like one. Oh my goodness. Just because you don't like one group doesn't mean the other. Look,
I love Jewish people, but I also love Nazis.
Oh man. Well, I have to disagree with that. Oh my goodness.
People are going to say, he's finally revealing his colors. Other people who might also think that he might be going through an episode are also going to say manic episodes or bipolar episodes doesn't reveal bigotry, anti-Semitism, racism, discrimination, whatever. That is, in my mind, one of the most disingenuous ways of attributing intent to someone because you don't like them, despite the fact that you recognize that they are out of their faculties. I mean, if anybody has ever known anybody with Tourette's syndrome, and I have as well, very intimately, they don't have Tourette's and randomly spout compliments. And there was actually a bit of a funny stand-up bit. It was a guy, I think he had Tourette's, and he's like, if only this disease allowed you to spontaneously shout out, like, you're beautiful, I love you. In reality, it's specifically the lack of inhibition to not do the most awful thing, to not say the most offensive things that you are holding back, not because you believe it, but just holding back because of you don't want to say it, because you don't believe it. And so the idea that anybody could look at Ye and say, even mental illness or a manic episode or a bipolar episode couldn't explain this because, being mentally unwell doesn't make you racist or anti-Semitic. That's a very, very disingenuous way of still trying to attribute malice to someone who you have acknowledged is out of their sorts, and in a meaningful way, potentially not responsible for what they're doing. I impute to Kanye, he thinks in his mind he's decided that this is the proper way to fight whatever battle he's fighting. I think that's because he's in a partial episode and he's got people around him with nothing to lose and everything to gain, as we've seen from the enhanced publicity coming from this. All right, now with that said, I don't think I've missed anything. Let me go back to Rumble for a second. He is having a manic episode. Absolutely. Belle of the Bayou says, I love the Jewish people, but I also love the Nazis. I love how they always leave out the first part. Germrot, I think the first part might make it even worse, because the first part is basically when he says, I love the Nazis, people are saying, well, he's saying it in the sense of forgiveness because they need to be forgiven for their sins. Well, then couple that with the first part, it doesn't make it any better. What it just means is that he's just saying things that don't make any sense right now. People are egging him on because they either think he's fighting for free speech or, and this is my operating theory, they know that he's not. They know that all this is going to do is allow everyone to say anybody on the right who doesn't condemn this supports anti-Semitism. Trump supports anti-Semitism. Anybody defending him now is an intolerant, bigot, racist, well, not racist, anti-Semite, whatever. And the people egging him on and encouraging others to support him, I think are very much enjoying and politically profiting from the divide. Only Christ says Christians believe that all humans are valuable. We believe to love the sinner, but hate the sin. Ye is obviously being pressed in many ways. He may need some compassion and time to heal. That much I can appreciate. And then, by the way, bear that in mind, only Christ. If you love the sinner, but hate the sin, and then in one sentence you say, I love Nazis, well, I mean, you are effectively saying, if you love the sinner, but hate the sin, well, then you're saying, I love the Jews, they're the sinners, but I hate their sin, which is going to, if he's of sound mind, is anti-Semitic. Anti-Semitic in the sense that it's sweeping, negative, prejudicial statement about an entire group, which is, I think, is the definition of discrimination at large. But I understand that explanation. But then the first half doesn't make the second half any better. In fact, the second half, if that's the interpretation, makes the first half even worse. Joe Mazq says, I watched the whole thing and nestled deep in his appearance on Alex Jones was the conclusion. Therefore, let no man throw stones at Balenciaga. Okay, I'm not sure I get that. I'm gonna have to read that one later. Another 10 for Viva's hair care. Thank you. I thought that said haircut. And I would say, you're wasting your money. I'm not cutting my hair. Mahuyo, $10 Rumble Rant says, to be honest, I think he's having a mental fracture, which expands a person's negative emotions or thoughts, and he needs help. Anyone who cares for him should get it to him. And I agree entirely. It's a risky, first of all, it's a very difficult thing just to discuss, because the line between spirituality and thinking one is God, being channeled by God, divine purposes, bigger than God, is God. Anyhow, that's it. Joe Mascu says, Ye on Alex Jones' show is an opportunity to ask when the right stopped beating its wife lying in wait. The justification for the ban was inciting violence, and it was inciting violence based on, from what I can tell, there had been some suggestion that Elon suspended Ye's account because Jones had tweeted from it. For anybody who saw the interview, you probably needed to see the interview in order to understand some of the tweets that Ye put out yesterday. Jones tweeted from his phone, and they were showing it live. Ali, I forget his last name, tweeted from his phone. Fuentes tweeted from his phone. And so some were suggesting that the suspension was for allowing a banned account to tweet from his phone. I don't think so. First, I don't think so, because Jones could have been mandated and was verbally mandated by Ye to tweet off his phone. It wasn't like a taking over an account to make a false tweet. Musk said it was for inciting violence. Hold on here. Because he had what I guess is his Ye 2024 logo, which is purported, unless it's a troll, put up this image of what appears to be a swastika within a Jewish star, a Magen David. Some people were pointing out that it's a Raelian image. This is on Alami's stock photo, by the way. That's interesting. The Raelian symbol with a swastika embedded on the Star of David of the Raelism, also known as Raelism movement, a UFO religion that was founded in 1974 by it's from Quebec, by the way, the guy Rael. So people were rightly pointing out that Ye's symbol that he posted that allegedly got him suspended from Twitter is nothing more than, well, nothing more or nothing less, is the Raelian symbol, a Jewish star with a swastika embedded in it. Now, by the way, this image is for sale on alamy.com. For those of you who don't know what Alamy is, it's a stock photo website. So the image that Ye posted that apparently incited violence, either contextually or interpretively, on Twitter is for sale on alamy.com. So Ye gets suspended from Twitter for having posted that symbol on the basis of inciting violence, from what I can tell. And now we just don't know what the rules are on Twitter anymore. Elon comes out. It's now the second time that he said, when you piss off people on the left and the right, you're doing something. You're doing it right. There's the old expression, when both parties are upset at a settlement, typically it's the right settlement. Yeah. Or when both parties are upset at the outcome, sometimes the judge just got it wrong. Twitter is being fair when extremists on far right and far left are simultaneously upset. Twitter aims to serve center 80% of people who wish to learn, laugh, engage in reason. And I think this is very disingenuous, because I think the decision to suspend Ye, it's unjustified. And it's not because I like anything that Ye has been saying over the last little while, but that doesn't mean that he should be prevented from saying it if it's not breaking the rules. And we don't know what the rules are right now, because we have Elon Musk saying Vox Populi Vox Dei. The word of the people is the word of God, as in we will defer to the will of the people. Other times I'm doing it, and when people get pissed off, I'm going to call them extremists. People aren't pissed that that Elon is imposing a rule. They're pissed that we don't know what the rule is, and that it seems to be Vox Populi Vox Dei one day and Vox Elon Musk the next. We'll see where that goes. But that's it. You say, I'm pissing off everybody, so I must be doing something right. Or you might be just doing something wrong, which is opaque application of the rules is what people were objecting to before. If Ye broke the rules, let us know what it was. Vaguely alluding to having incited violence is not really going to cut it.